Good Saturday morning. I'm Kristen Chapman. It's 5 a.m. on Saturday, September 14th. We do have plenty of stories to get to before you walk out the door. But first, we are tracking the tropics and that newly formed Humberto. That's almost 2 weeks after the area was devastated by Hurricane Dorian. So let's get straight over to Chris Farrell with a look at what to expect. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Kristen. The good news is Humberto is only going to affect us with mainly wind and a few widely scattered quick showers. There are a couple of other areas out there in the tropics I'm going to show you coming up in the next hour or two. One has a 20% chance of development. Another has a 20% chance. But last one back here has a 60% chance of development. We'll look at that with computer models coming up. First off, Humberto, there it is. Now, Humberto right now is 200 miles to the east of Freeport right here, well east of the islands right there. They are getting a little wind, a little rain, but not as bad as it could be. Another little area of clouds over in the Gulf, that has a 20% chance of developing. That's moving towards Texas and Louisiana. So both the weather systems, one on our west coast, one on our east coast, neither one is really headed our way. But we do have a lot of wind and rain out there. All right, first off, let me get the update on Tropical Storm Humberto and the track. Still forecast to remain a tropical storm moving northwest, but east of the Bahamas here throughout the day today. Tomorrow afternoon and late this afternoon, it'll be east, well east of our east coast, out well 200-300 miles to our east. And then Sunday and Monday, still moving northeast and away. Notice that maybe by Monday it becomes a Category 1 hurricane. Now this whole time it's going to be increasing our waves. So over the next 3-4 days, larger waves will be rolling in, even though this tropical system will be well east and then it moves into the Atlantic. So all things equal, we're on the drier side of this storm. See this? Mainly clear to partly cloudy skies. There's the wetter side right there. So we're getting strong winds. We are getting some showers, but all in all, not too bad for us on this Saturday. Lots of scattered showers out there. You see them on the storm track radar coming into Vero, Port St. Lucie, and also Boca and Boyd. All right, we'll check the radar and local weather in just a minute.
Chris, thank you. Well, 2 weeks after Hurricane Dorian hit the northern Bahamas as a Category 5, people continue digging through the rubble and searching social media trying to find family and friends. The number of people listed as missing is now about 1,300. Bahamian officials think many could be alive but in shelters, just unable to connect. So for those who survived the Category 5 hurricane, they already dealt with the impossible. Their homes blown to pieces and many left with nothing but the clothes on their backs. But Bahamians now have another hurdle to cross as they arrive in South Florida. Where do they go? CBS 12's Jay O'Brien met one family stranded at a local hotel who says they're out of options.
This won't work for long.
America would be great right about now.
Miko, Miguel, and Michaela Young's conditions in this West Palm Embassy Suites are nothing if not temporary. They're here with their mother, a family friend, and two siblings, ages 7 and 13.
It's a frustrating feeling.
The 7-person family has no idea where they'll call home tomorrow.
I literally have nowhere to go at the moment.
Their house near Grand Bahama Island is splintered into pieces, they say. This video shot last week on the east side of Grand Bahama is the closest our crews could get to the Youngs' neighborhood.
We've been through so many disasters in Grand Bahama, and it's just like, wow, we didn't make it out of this one.
The Young family hopped a relief plane yesterday headed to Florida from Freeport. Per U.S. law, the family traveled with proper visas and planned to live with relatives in Orlando, but say they can't be found.
Where they used to live, they're not there no more. And we don't have a number for them.
Jose Cabrera with Signature Flight Support has been cold calling shelters to find the Youngs a place to live. He managed the relief flight that brought them here and says when they landed, they asked to spend the night in his terminal.
Something inside of us tells us to step up.
Cabrera worked out the deal with Embassy Suites, and the hotel agreed to put up the family free of charge. But soon, staying here won't be an option. They'll need to find a real place to call their own.
If you don't have that, you really have nothing, because then you don't have a peace of mind.
The wait, however, continues.
Where are you going to go?
It's a great question.
That was Jay O'Brien reporting. Now, another Bahamian woman who barely made it out of Abaco Island is alive. She's also safe tonight here in South Florida. Ashante Reckley Barely says all she could think about was her home was collapsing, was where she and her 5-year-old son would go. Now, at the time, a local woman wondered how she could help, and she volunteered her home to host the family until they can get back on their feet.
We could hear the roof tearing off. The front porch blew off, and she was like, we got to get out of here. Yeah, so we had to run out of the house. You know, with the kids and all that to get to safety because obviously it wasn't going to stand.
She says next week she will be joined by her 5-year-old son, who she had to leave behind until she got settled here. To see more about her story and to learn more about the woman who was opening her door for them, just go to CBS12.com. CBS 12 is also partnering with relief organizations to send supplies to the Bahamas. It's called Operation Bahamas Relief Effort. So we're collecting donations at the port of the Palm Beach and Riviera Beach. You can drop them off at bay number 7. The warehouse is open 7 days a week from 9 to 3. Some of the items desperately needed are canned goods, building supplies like saws, plywood, sheetrock, hygiene products, and even first aid kits. This morning, police are looking for the people behind a gruesome hit-and-run that killed an elderly woman in West Boca. CBS 12's Madeline Montgomery is live at the intersection of Palmetto Park Road and Ponderosa Drive where it happened. Madeline, what cars do we need to be on the lookout for?
Karen Kestner was hit on this road not once, but twice, and police still don't have those people behind bars. Her husband spoke with CBS 12 News. He says that him and his wife had noticed before that people don't really stop here when they were on their routine walk. A witness says a woman ran Karen over, then got out of the car to see if Karen was moving. That's when another woman ran Karen over a second time. Police are relying on security cameras to identify the women at fault, and they say they were driving a dark gray 2014-2015 Toyota Corolla with damage to the lower front bumper, and the other car is a small SUV, something like a Lexus LX300 or Mazda CX-5 with damage to the front of the car. Karen's husband is convinced that someone knows something. If you know something, contact the sheriff's office. For now, live in West Boca, Madeline Montgomery, CBS 12 News.
Madeline, thank you. Well, happening today, Great Smile Dental will be offering free dental care for those in need. Dentists will help with fillings, extractions, or even cleanings. That starts today at 8 a.m. and it ends at noon. And hey, if you're looking for something tomorrow, Monkey Joe's is celebrating its own birthday with discounted tickets for all guests. There will also be birthday cake, bounce houses, and a few surprises. There's a location in our area on Lantana Road in Lake Worth. Now let's get a quick check of the weather with CBS 12 meteorologist Chris Farrell.
All right, thank you. That's a nice morning outside with the wind blowing. The exception is we do have some quick showers coming through. Now there is Humberto. Humberto is about 200 miles east of Freeport and moving away from us slowly. We'll have a day full of wind today, and the wind at times will gust 25 to 30 miles an hour. Higher gusts near the coast. On the immediate beach, if you're standing with your toes in the water or on the sand, those gusts could be 35 miles an hour. Now, that's right on the beaches. By the time you get inland, that wind will be 20 to 25. But a very windy day for us, and with all that wind, lots of little quick showers are blowing through. We've had some in Boynton and Delray and Boca, a few quick showers just passing through right there. Also, just offshore Vero Fort Pierce, some heavier showers right there. Now, a few of these will blow in almost any time today, but it won't be a bad day. Partly cloudy to cloudy at times. We'll have strong gusty winds, and occasionally we'll pick up a little shower, and through the afternoon, pretty much the same. All right, they got the latest track on Humberto, plus there are 3 other tropical weather systems we're watching. I'll track those and all your local weather for the weekend. That's all I had.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, so if you looked up at the night sky overnight, then you saw the full harvest moon. You might still be able to get a teeny glimpse of it. So this means it's the full moon closest to the autumn equinox, or the beginning of fall. So it gets its name because it gives extra light in the evenings, which extends harvest time for farmers. So this is the video we captured from our news station right there. The harvest moon did fall on Friday the 13th. The last time this happened was back in October of 2000. Coming up, paving the way for peanut allergies. A look at the groundbreaking new research that could change the way you eat. Plus, SUV recall. Why Ford is pulling certain Explorers off the market and what you need to know if you drive one.